Hi everybody, Unlucky Artist here, and another quick Save the World update for you. So we have some new items in the weekly store, if I can get across to it. And we've got the Wicked Wind axe. So, back in the day, I say this about a lot of weapons, back in the day this was a useful axe to have because it did the highest amount of environmental damage, which is what's needed to kill the Storm King horns. But since then, since the Surround Pound came out, and then after that the Storm King's hammer, then it's become a little bit obsolete. So really it's an item for somebody who's into axes, or somebody who's a collector like me and likes to collect all the different 6th perks and so on. But we do have a great hero in the weekly store. Commando Spitfire is a must-have soldier. He decreases your going commando cooldown. So if you see people running loadout where they're just constantly doing the minigun, this is probably the hero that they're maining. So really useful in dungeons as well. So definitely get him if you don't have him already. In the event store we have Love Ranger Jonesy. He's kind of a nice hero for the mid game, I would say. Shockwave is a nice ability in the mid game. It's good crowd clear in encampments. I used to run a Shockwave shotgun loadout, sort of focused on close impact damage. But when you get to the end game, end twine, Shockwave is really quite pitiful. So yeah, if you're kind of in canny early twine and you haven't got this hero, I'd recommend definitely picking him up and trying out a Shockwave loadout. The Heartbreaker bow, I have to confess, I've never ever in my many years playing Save the World ever used this bow. It's technically a crossbow, so it's not quite the same kind of mechanics as the bows that we have around now. I think it was the first bow. It came before the boom bow, but so it works very similarly to a sniper rifle. Yeah, I have one in the collection book and one in my inventory, but it's not even leveled up. So, if you're a collector like me, then pick it up, but otherwise probably not worth it. But what definitely is worth it is the new quest that's come on this week. So it's really short, it's only 2 pages. This is the whole quest line, and at the end you get Stoneheart Farah. She is a must-have ninja. She does really good bow damage, and she works all the way up to the end game. So you'll see a lot of end game players using her. Definitely take time to do this quest and pick her up this week. Finally, I've been doing a lot of work on my endurance this week, so I haven't actually got many lunar llamas, but let's open what I do have and see what wonderful lunar weapons and heroes we get this time. So this is just a base game choice. I already have all of these ones. But we've got here we go. I am my favorite Flash AC. He is my favorite lunar hero. I don't really rate any of the other ones. Dragon's Might. I used this in Ventures actually, this gun, and it wasn't too bad. There are better shotguns out there. I won't be leveling it up anytime soon, but it's kind of okay for Ventures. Dragon's Roar. So this is a nice AR when you get the right 6th perk. This doesn't have the 6th perk. That is the nice one, the Roman Candle. So you can see here I've got Snare as the 6th perk. Of course you can change it with Core Reperk if you want. But yeah, the Roman Candle is a really nice perk, and apart from that, this is quite a slow firing AR, a semi-automatic. I don't particularly enjoy using it, but I do have one that's leveled up. Dragon's Fang, I've never used this spear. I don't really use spears much at all. Riot Response Hazard, he decreases Plasma Pulse cooldown. I think I talked about him last week. We've got another spear. We got the Sniper Rifle, never used it. She's a base game hero, Rescue Trooper Ramirez. If you don't have her and you like using assault rifles, it's probably worth it. Actually, everybody has her, right? Because you start with her, but only in the green variant. And Dragon's Fury, again, I used that in Ventures this season. So as you can see the description at the bottom, it fires long-range rockets that create a lingering series of fiery explosions. So basically, the initial damage it does is not amazing, but then it continues to do damage after that. Through these like explosions. So it's kind of fun, but you know, there are so many great explosive weapons in the game that this one doesn't really stack up compared to the rest of them. But if you want a fun explosive weapon, or if you're kind of in the early to mid game and you don't have many explosive weapons, this is a decent one. And we just have our onslaught headhunter again. Absolute trash. Nobody needs to decrease their shockwave energy cost. I'm going to have somebody commenting on this video telling me about how they do, which is great. Please do, because I'm always open to hearing about different ways to play heroes, but I've never needed to decrease my shockwave energy cost. And Fleetfoot Ken, another base game hero. He increases your movement speed, so he is a handy little hero to have in your squad. So that is everything from the not amazing Lunar Llamas this week, and I'll see you next week for another Save the World update.